Hello, and welcome back to Stationeers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will find ourselves again, yes, for a third time, in the middle of the Martian desert. Well, I don't know if it's really a desert or not, but, on the surface of Mars. But this time, we're not lost! No! We're right here at base! Because this time I decided not to go out and mine before this episode. And to prevent us getting lost again the next time, we're going to set up a beacon so we can always find our way back with the use of our tablet. Because one of the objectives for today is that I want to create a rover so we can go and explore a bit more. But, I tend to get lost some way, so it's important for me to set up a beacon. And I think we can build the beacon in this one. In the electronics printer. There we go. The kit printer. What do we need? Solder. We don't have solder. So let's go to the F1 Stationpedia. Hold Alt. The Alt button to get your mouse cursor. Move around. We don't need ores. We need ingots. What do we need? Solder. There we go. What do we need to make solder? 1 iron and 1 lead in equal measures. And also the temperature in the furnace needs to be between 350 and 550 Kelvin. That's not Celsius, that's Kelvin. That's really cold. You can see the Celsius temperatures right beside them, by the way. And the pressure needs to be at 1 megapascal to 100 megapascal. So, I don't know, maybe we should get some solder. For that we need iron and lead, just as I said before. Let's get out of the menu. Let's see if we have any iron on our tool belt. No, we don't. Well, the sun is setting, so there's a good chance we're going to get lost again. It's a terrible idea to go out and mine, but I'll come back when I have all the requirements. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why we need a beacon. I was out mining, getting some materials like lead and iron to make it into solder to make the beacon, and we got caught in a storm. I remember that the base is roughly in the direction that we're looking at right now, but well, to be honest, everything looks the same. But I remember it was roughly this direction. So let's get going into here. Hopefully we reach the base again. Watch out for this crevasse. You'd think I'd learn by now. Well, I kind of did, but here's some more copper. We need copper, so we might as well mine this out. Do we need copper right now? No, but we will, in the end, always need copper. How much? Yes. Is that the correct answer? Definitely. But it doesn't say how much. No, of course not. But we need all of it. So the answer is yes. Oh, Professor, that's a weird way of phrasing it. Well, if you're not very good at talking, it is. If you just use words, but it's not just the words. It's also between the lines. And FYI, I do remember what direction we were looking at before the storm hit. Or before we started mining for copper, I should say. And it was at 265-ish degrees. And we're not that far away from the base, so, a few degrees isn't that bad. I know in space and long distances, if you're off by only 1 degree, you're off for light years perhaps sometimes. But we're not that far. The distances here are a lot less. Well, at least we got enough materials for solder. But I also wanted to make electrum, and for that we need gold and silver. While I do have some gold, I want some more silver, because we're gonna need a lot more electrum than I could currently make if I had a similar amount of silver as I do have gold, because I got 76 gold ores right now. And I believe that electrum is 1-to-1 for silver and gold ores. Which makes, 1 silver and 1 gold makes 2 electrum. Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy. Come on, let's get out of here. Always remember to turn off your tool in order to conserve some energy. I do have some extra batteries with me, or at least one. More copper. Let's mine out some more copper. Which isn't perhaps the most interesting of footage, but it's important. Life of a stationeer. Usually underground mining. Oh, that was about all the copper in that mine. We're still running around the roughly... Oh, there we go. Told you I could find it this time. So we don't have silver, but that's fine. We don't need silver at this moment because we don't need electrum just yet. But what we... I'm stuck on this iron frame. Well, let's put this tool away and turn on the jetpack a little. There we go. We're on the foundations. And while we're here, let's check on here. I want to see what happens if I toss this water bottle. Oh yeah, definitely, because, well, I don't know exactly just yet, but let's shut down this door. Hopefully the storm lasts a little longer. That's my theory. Is the storm subsiding for us inside? No. So the issue is that these floors are not yet... there we go. These floors aren't welded up completely just yet. So there's still wind blowing through. Alright, the storm has subsided, so now it's time to start smelting. Last episode we set up these 6 tanks, those are the orange ones, with the atmospheric units to filter out each of the gases. There are 6 of them. So we can keep them separate and use them later when we need them. So now it's time to get smelting. Luckily the sun is down. But first we need to heat it up, put some ice and volatile oxide and volatiles in there. And then we'll throw in all of our lead ore, which is 160, and smelt that as well. Oh, crap! It is not hot enough to smelt it, which is a bit of an issue. That's alright. Oh, I know what the problem is. I accidentally turned on the valve. Stupid me. Alright. Let's waste some more. There we go. Now the temperature is going up. Well, it's going down again. But it's nice and hot right now, so maybe we can smelt the ores. Sun is almost up. You can see it by the position of the solar panels. The sun rises from that side and sets on that side of the base. And the solar panels track the angle of the sun. But Once the sun has set, they will track the angle of the sun back. And as you can see, they're almost completely vertical. So the sun must be rising. Actually, if you look in the distance, you can see it's starting to lighten up again. While we wait, I'll show you something. Remember, last episode, we printed off these large batteries and we put them in the battery charger in this airlock. Which means we don't need to have this area power control open anymore, so we can close it. This is the area power control for the entire base, except for the solar panels. That's on a separate grid. Well, the control unit for it at least. Which is important because you don't want that to run out of power. Finally, we're at the correct temperature range. We're at now 547 and dropping. So this should say, yes, it will produce solar. Open the mold, close it, grab the solar, and toss it in the electronics printer. Find the beacon, the kit beacon, there we go. With everything else, prints up very quickly. And this should be the base beacon. Let me release the pressure and the gases in that system. Oh look, the tomatoes are growing again. First, I'm going to get rid of that annoying hydration warning. There we go. Alright, kit beacon. Let's see how it looks. It's a small one, but yeah, you can see how it can get in the way. So I think, for now at least, we're going to place it on the roof. How do the wires run? We can run up a wire here. If I can back out of here. Cannot mount on this face of the iron wall type 1. So we need to put in another wall. Damn it, it's never easy. Do we have wall kits somewhere? Steel frames. No, we don't need steel. Do we? I was planning on putting on another 2 or 3 unit layers. So one frame layer, and then a gap and another frame layer on here. So we might as well put on a steel frame. The reason for that is I want a 3-tiered building here, but also have the space in between here to run all the wires and all the tubing through it, so the floor itself is a bit more clean. Or we can put in any logic processors or whatever. So it's a good practice to have another steel layer of frames above there to separate out the different floors. But we did run out of steel frames. All the steel is in here probably. Yep. And you're shortly going to need some more steel. Oh crap, let's not lose the solar. We need the solar, it's very important. Or it's very expensive, that is. Let's print off a bunch of steel sheets here. Going to need them in the end. Gonna need a lot more of those. Can reach it? There we go. Yeah, that one can go. There we go. And now, or at least for now, yeah, it's going to end up here. We can place the beacon right here. We can flip the beacon on. Not off. Flip the beacon on. Oh, that's the lava plate. Let's pause the production of that. Actually, we're gonna need those plates soon. Anyway, back to the beacon. Yeah, as you can see, we have some power lines running through here. So what we can do is connect the beacon, which is an important part of the base, so we don't get lost, or if we get lost while exploring, we can find our way back. How do you do that? Requires placement support. What? Oh, cut the wrench out. I need the wire cutters out. There we go. Go through the roof. There we go. Lose the jetpack. There, you see it turned on, the yellow light. Can put that away. And what the beacon does is send out a signal that we can capture with our tablet. For that, we need not the atmospheric analyzer cartridge, but the tracker cartridge. And it says beacon, tracking beacon, distance, question mark. Well, that's because we're right on top of it. But if we, if we walk away a little, then it should read out. Oh, it doesn't. Flip it on and off again. Oh, tracking beacon. Beacon. Oh, I was looking for the wrong one. Anyway, as you can see here, the beacon and the tracking beacon are different things. The tracking beacon must be the portable one, and the beacon, the one that we just printed, is the same thing, but part of the base and the one you place down. And it also gives a good light. It's like a lighthouse. But as you can see, with the handheld tablet, we can now find a way back. We turn around, you see the arrow turning into the direction of the beacon. If you walk a further away, look back at it, we see we're at 50 meters, 54 meters that is. Run towards it, so we're a bit closer now. 38. And so forth. Now we can turn this one off. Put the Atmo analyzer in there. I do that because well, I'm gonna use that one more often, hopefully. And we have the cartridges with us anyway, so. But the problem is, and actually we can use the tablet for that. And use the network analyzer. Turn it on. Is that the beacon takes up a lot of power. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Beacon. There we go. Number 20. Device is number 22. Beacon. It's on and it takes 300 watts of power. That's a lot. That's about almost one full solar panel. So it will drain the battery by a huge margin. And that's not what we want. But we also need it to be on all the time. Well, we don't need it right now, but I don't want to forget to turn on the beacon when I go out for another mining trip. As I said before, this means we need to expand the power generation of this base. And for that, we're going to need different things. We're going to need more solar panels. We got 4 right now, and we got a upright wind turbine, which isn't producing any power, but it does during a storm. Or hardly any power right now, because it's slowly turning, but that's negligible. So we're going to need some more solar panels. Place solar panels, better cabling or stronger cabling, heavy cables. Because more solar panels means more power, and these regular cable coils are only rated for 5 megawatts or 5 kilowatts of power. So 1,000 watts. 5,000 watts, that is. Before they burn out. The heavy cables can handle a lot more. The base battery in the APCs, they do regulate the power, so no more than 5 kilowatts go through the cables right here. So we don't need to upgrade this section, and we definitely don't need to upgrade these cables to heavy cables, because it's just data, and this stuff doesn't take up that much power. So we can keep these data cables, which are also inconveniently red, as regular cables, but we need to upgrade the power side of the solar panels to heavy cables, and that requires gold as well. Not that much, but gold is in short supply.
Power low.
As I said, gold is in short supply and more difficult to find, more difficult to dig out. It takes more time, so we have to be conservative with our gold. So yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, do we? Well, we don't have any more metal grids, or steel grids. Steel frames, that's what I was looking for. I also said I wanted to build the first rover, but I haven't found it one in the recipes. So maybe we need to upgrade the auto lathe or electronics printer, or perhaps even build a tool manufacturing thing. And maybe we should do that first, because ultimately we're going to need that one, but for better, heavier tools. Actually, I'm going to expand the base on this side. Might as well do that now. Need to make sure we don't block the solar sensor, because if that one is blocked, there's no signal for the solar panels to work, and that would be a big mistake. There we go. That's enough iron frames for now. Print off 3 more steel sheets. So got an even amount. And then I think first we need to build the tool thingy. Tool manufactory. For that we need iron and copper. We got gold and copper in here. And I think iron in here. Oh, we're running low on iron actually, so don't need silicon. We do need the iron. Copper. Toss the gold back in there. Should close the ejection chute before you do so. Do we have everything? Yeah, there we go. That's gonna take some time to print. So while that is printing, we can expand this one. I want to have at least 10 solar panels. So we're going to need 6 more, but we're going to take away, going to remove the wind turbine. So we only need to place 5 more frames.
Filter low.
Let's drill some more out so we can see what we're doing. So we already got 2 more in there. 4 and 5. Swap these out. Get the welding torch. Weld them up once, because these don't need to be airtight, so it would be a waste of power. Oh crap. I forget that we had the tool manufacturing printing. Oh, it's almost done. Good. Because we don't need 2, we just need the 1. And we can, I get, we can put this one here, I think. Yeah, there you go. Right up against the iron pipe bender. We're gonna need some iron sheets for that. I think we're out of iron sheets. Also almost out of iron, so need to make sure that we get some of that as well. Welding torch. For cable coils, I'm gonna need more cables. A lot more cables. Plastic sheets that we have over here. You see how much the oh, solder's still here. Make sure it doesn't blow away in a storm. See, we're already down to 3 squares of the power, so that's about 60%. It's all because of the uh, the beacon. It's draining a lot, so we do need to upgrade our base power supply. Toss this in here for now, because we also need to power it up. I don't know if we have enough cable for that. Oh, we do. Barely. So let's see. Can we find a rover here? Rover? No. Oh, what we do find in the tool manufactory is a lot of uniform stuff and different. The EVA suit we already have, jetpack basic, jumpsuit. We also got different types of armor like marine armor and stuff like that. We'll go through there, but yeah, we got other stuff like basketballs, although they don't work as you expect them to work. Chem lights, you know, those glow sticks. Dirt canister. You can, when you're digging, you take away the floor, but if you have dirt canister and the correct tool, and I forgot which one, but we'll come across that one soon, you can fill it back up. A plethora of different colors. Spray paint. Terrain manipulator, that's the tool we need with the dirt canister so we can pretty it up again. Some other stuff, angle grinders, arc welder, that's a good one because that doesn't require fuel to work. It just takes a lot of power. On stuff, tracking beacon, that's the handheld one. That gets blown away in the wind. So yeah, no rover over here. Switch you back off. Well, before I get distracted, let's distract it some more. Let's build some 4 solar panels. For that we need a lot of copper. We got enough gold and we need some steel. The question is, do we have enough copper? I don't think we have enough copper. By a large margin. Grab everything. We do have enough steel, so that's something. Oh my. Yeah, let me quickly switch off the beacon. And maybe I'm gonna set up a switch of some kind. But yeah, we're not there yet. Let's see. Going to need more copper. Can't even make 2 of them. Just 1 copper short. Might be into a little bit of a pickle because as the electronic printer spits everything out, and the wind always blows from this direction, sunrise to sunset. I've noticed. So that's interesting. And there's nothing holding it back, so it will get blown away. Which is a bit of a bother. Especially with the heavy coils. They're not necessarily more heavy than the regular coils. At least not from a mass perspective. But they are a lot more expensive to produce because they do need gold next to copper. And as I said before, and I will say it again, gold is rare. Not super rare as on Earth, but Anyway, it's 4 cable coils per frame. Now we have at least 10 frames, so that's 40 cable coils, heavy coils, plus what we need here. That's another 1, 2, 3, about 4 cable coils. And all of these require at least, or maybe 2 extra cable coils, these T junctions. So we need more than a full stack of heavy coils. Do we have that much gold and copper? Oh yeah, definitely. But then we're out, so we need to go out and mining again. The tomatoes are grown. Yeah, I'm gonna at least start wiring these up. We got an actual output of 2.89 kilowatts. Let's say 3 kilowatts. So we should have been safe with the regular coils, but we're going to upgrade this more in the future. And with more solar panels, we generate more power. So it's better to preempt it and have the cables in now already before you do anything else. But now we do make a lot more power, because remember we had 4 solar panels and now we have 10. Let's see if we can capture them on screen, which is 2.5 times as much. And ideally you change out the cables at night, but we turned off the beacon for right now, and with a lot more solar panels we generate a lot more. So alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're running low on every resource here except for our gases. Those are collecting fine, and we still have plenty of oxygen, and the tomatoes have grown as well again. But what we need to do is mine some more, and I also want to make a rover, but for that we need the current electro printer and auto lathe and pipe bender and tool manufactory that we didn't need right yet. They don't make them. There's no kit for it. I've gone through all of the different words. No, not words. I did all of the recipes, and I can't find it in there. What I did find was, let me turn this one off to save some power. The electronic printer does have a mod in there. Here you see, electronic printer mod, which upgrades it to more powerful, to a more powerful unit with new, more and new recipes. Some of which will also include, one of them will also be the auto lathe mod that we need to install on this one. So I think that's our next project to focus on. But for the electroprint mod, we're going to need electrum and constantan, which we can make with the furnace, but we need to have some more ores for that. In fact, let's go back to the Stationpedia. For electrum, as you can see here, we need gold and silver. I mentioned that before. And for constantan, we need copper and nickel. And I haven't come across nickel yet. So in between episodes, I'll be scouting around for nickel and mining out a lot more stuff as well. And as you remember, that has gotten me into trouble several times, for which we needed to have this beacon, which we finally have, and that we can turn on right now. And let me turn off the lights. You see, the big yellow light of the beacon. Let's turn it off, because it's the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need to waste more power through the beacon, because we're going to stay here for the foreseeable future. And with first light, I'll be, which is soon actually, but still some time away, and it is wasting power. I'll head out and do some more mining. But as we did watch earlier in this episode, or saw in the episode, the beacon eats up around 300 watts of power. Oh, last thing I do. Well, no, never mind. What we saw earlier in this episode, the beacon takes up 300 watts of power. The solar panels generate about 300 to 400 watts of power when the sun is up. So we needed at least one more, at least during the day, to charge up the base battery. And I fear that the battery will run out a lot, but we'll need to build another battery. But we got, to get back on my train of thought, we added 6 more of the solar panels. So that should charge everything up nice and well. The cost of the solar, no, not the solar, the beacon is covered. So yeah, with that I think it's a good time to end the episode here, ladies and gentlemen. We made some more progress. We got a beacon. We expanded our solar farm by 2.5. 6 solar panels. We got solid power going on. Tomatoes are growing like crazy.
Power critical.
And my power is going critical. And all of these these large battery cells have already been charged. So there we go. Again, we're in a good place, ladies and gentlemen. And next week we'll focus on getting more complicated ingots. Yeah, like solar, but then with constant and electron. Thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you next episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.